Welcome back to another episode of Banzo Complains. Thank you, Mr. Al, for joining us this episode. This pandemic is a little crazy, so I thought I'd spend a little bit of time both getting my knee absolutely dirty, riding around on my hoverboard, and redoing my MAXACE SERPENT review. As you guys know, I did do a review on the MAXACE SERPENT. It was more or less like a first impression of that knife. It was sort of rushed, and I didn't really give you the exact right information. And what I mean by that is, I told you that these had titanium liners. And those of you who didn't read the comments, that's not the case at all. These do not have titanium liners, so I thought I'd redo my review. So I usually start my videos with what this thing is gonna cost you, and that's exactly how I'm gonna start this video off. So this is going to cost you around $130, maybe $140 if you do get a trainer blade for this. MAXACE is very well known for having their G10 knives come with trainer blades, that being all the way from the first one, which was the DMG, from that it was the Banshee, then the Serpent Striker. Now, for those of you who don't know, this was one of the first ones that ever came out, so the first ones that ever came out did not come with trainer blades, and I think that was partially because MAXACE wanted to keep the costs down for newer beginners, because even though the MAXACE stuff, the previous ones that did come with the trainer blade, were really extremely cheap, they still were hefty in the price, so they wanted to keep the first ones down. But you can actually get a trainer blade for these, if you want the actual Serpent trainer blade. However, I believe the Banshee trainer blades are compatible with the Serpent. So if you do have a Banshee, you can put your Banshee trainer blade on this. So anyways, what are the materials on this knife? Well, obviously the knife is made out of a really nice steel that everyone has heard of called 14C28N. That's absolutely false. I've never heard of this steel. The one thing I do have to note is the coolness of that harpoon I can't talk. The coolness of that harpoon blade. Like, there's so many, like, edges on this thing. Not sharp ones. Like, the whole backside here. Oh, yeah, look at that. So this, you can see, is the swedge. It may look sharp, but trust me, it isn't sharp whatsoever. That is the blade steel. Now, I like the fact that the spine is crowned. However, my main gripe is that the swedge itself right here isn't chamfered at all, which is a little bit interesting when you're trying to do tricks, or when you're ending up, like if you accidentally end up on this swedge right here. It's a little bit surprising, I would say. It's a definitely different texture, and it can catch you off guard. However, I've found that if you flip this for a little bit, you can totally get used to that. The Zen pin area is actually very much chamfered, so you're not going to be experiencing any pinching. Now, this is running on bearings, and I know bearings are sort of like a and ooh thing. That was sort of meant to be like a 50-50 reaction, but bearings are sort of like the bearings aren't typically popular in the community just because it's really like 50-50 for most people. Some people like them, some people don't. I like the tactile feel of bearings, and I like bearings, and I think the people who say bearings are bad either had a bad experience with bearings or haven't tried them. They give you great tolerances. Now, this has no tap. Well, that was weird. And has very little play. Like, I'm prying it pretty good here. No matter if you beat it or you actually just constantly flip it casually, you're still going to get good tolerances out of it. The handles are stainless steel liners. Past me may have given you false information. This thing is pretty heavy. Not the heaviest thing in the world for sure. It's definitely flippable, but it's heavy, and it's pretty noticeably heavy. Like, if I compare this to my Alpha Beast, which is much lighter, this thing is definitely heavy. Sort of a handle bias knife, and that really doesn't bother me because I started on a heavy knife and flipped for it on a heavy knife. So again, this rear bias doesn't bother me, but it's not something I gravitate towards. But again, if you flip this for a little while, you can sort of get used to it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did get some information out of this. Hopefully some more reviews in the future, or re-reviews in the future. I might come back and give you guys some opinions on them. And for those of you who are wondering, there is a knife up for sale, and that is the Demon. So if you want to go get yourself a Demon Light, go ahead. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.